Hi, it's Tao again. This is a video about the Capricorn, the last Earth sign, the most evolved one. Now Capricorn is the Earth sign, so Earth is very practical, logical, data-oriented, routine. What is here on Earth? So they do what's necessary, right? And they do routine very well. They do what's required very well, and I think this is all about a Capricorn. They're very what's required, what very practical. I think they have the ability to be able to make anything practical, and they're very slow in a sense. And being the last Earth sign, they're very intelligent, but I don't think they understand their intelligence because there is a very. I think the life of a Capricorn, it gets to a certain point, you're a certain way, and then you have to hit spirituality, and this is hard to come by because they're so earth, right? To get to that point is hard to accept sometimes because they're very data oriented. Even though although they might believe in spirituality, they might not wholeheartedly logically get it. You know what I mean? Because they're so logical. I think they're about being places on time, doing things appropriately, being successful. I think sometimes they procrastinate quite a bit until they're ready to move. And if it's a family thing or something that they care about that asks them for help, I think they will do it. Sometimes they don't do it right away, but they will do it. They'll keep to their word, and that's a good thing about the Capricorn. There is an extreme humanitarian side about them, and an extreme understanding of things, but they may very well not verbalize it because I don't think they accept it. Again, going back to that. There's a conventional way of being with a Capricorn, and it's when I say conventional, it's very old school conventional, where they expect when they meet someone, and then they date a certain amount of time, and then they're gonna there's a specific rhythm of things and how things go out or play out, and when that doesn't happen, I think this just throws them out of whack, and they don't know what to do because they are so systematic with how they work and how things go. You're going to be with them X amount of time, and then you're going to get married, and then you're going to have kids. And if the relationship doesn't work out, then I don't think they know what to do. And like when you look at the Capricorn, and Capricorn as a sun sign, that's someone that you saw your father that way, where it's very systematic and conventional. And this is something that you strive to be as well, right? And I think they do earth things really well, but I think this is where it gets a bit confused or a bit because they're so systematic that they can't move on as easily. And this is where I find it a little bit hard because there's a spirituality side of them, but when it comes to emotions, being a earth sign or a logical sign, I explained this before, everyone has the ability to feel emotions the same as the next. But when it comes to earth signs, I think they feel it, but they sway more towards the logical side. And I don't, because they can't logically understand what this energy or the emotional energy that they feel inside them, because it's not, emotions aren't logical, right? And I think this is the little bit of the confusion that comes with any earth sign. But you know, it is represented by the 10th house, and the number 10, it is about, like, 1 is the father. This is the evolved father when I look at 10. And it is a passive sign, and the ruler is Saturn, which is kind of tough. Anyone that knows anything about Saturn knows that Saturn's a bit of a bitch. Because Saturn's a pretty planet, and it has a ring around it. And what Saturn likes to do is stay pretty and wants you to be the best that you can be. So Saturn will, in order for you to be the best that you can be, it throws out challenges, right? Because that's how you learn. So it'll keep throwing you challenges into this life, and this is why it's a little bit hard for a Capricorn. And this is, I see a lot of Capricorns a little bit depressed, because they, they're so cautious and so responsible and conventional and traditional, practical. They're so hardworking, but they do things, what's required, yet they get all these challenges because Saturn keeps throwing them challenges, right? And, they can become a bit brooding or fatalistic. The mind kind of rules the heart, right? And there's a stubbornness with them, and Saturn is like the teacher, and it's kind of hard. I think with all Capricorns, I think the challenge is, even though they do Earth really well, I think they struggle to fit in. I think they don't make sense of a lot of things because when it comes to human interaction, it's very emotional, right? And it's such a logical sign that there will be scenarios where you get tested and to understand what your emotional side is. And I think even spirituality, because it wants Capricorns to, get to that level of spirituality, and they can't do that until they get past the whole Earth thing, even though they are Earth, to evolve into the next level. And it is the glyph of a goat. They are wise like that, you could say. Yeah, no, I just imagined all Capricorns that I know that nibbling on green salads and stuff as a snack, like they're chips. But just joking. But it is a beautiful sign, and when they get to that level, they can, you know, they care. They really do. They really do care, even though they don't understand the language. They do it in practical ways. They show care in practical ways, and provide and support, not emotionally, but with other things. But they'll be there if you need them to be. I don't think that they justify themselves. I think they have been going along like this for a while, that if they don't feel they need to justify things, and that they don't need to explain themselves, because it's very logical how they work, right? It's not emotional. But I think we should admire, the simplicity about them, and their practicality and being able to get things done. And they do Earth really well, right? And I know we all got our individual struggles, but it's beautiful how they can keep going with Saturn always pushing them, because I wouldn't like to have Saturn there all the time. But comment if you let me know if you agree or disagree, or but thank you for watching.